Joe Budden clowns Rory and Mal. Again?
Sometimes keeping a show running for past 4 seasons,
So you want to
everybody gets
about to
expensive.
switch it up?
It's much easier to just go get like
new niggas? Oh nah, when they come for you, I'm leaving it alone.
Let them cook.
Go ahead, you got it. So when you switch it up, how many years for you?
That's right. On a recent episode of the Joe Budden podcast, it looks like Rory and Mal were clowned yet again by their former business partner, boss, whatever you want to call him, profit share, when he started to joke about how he replaced members of the show because they were getting too expensive. Now, this whole conversation was kickstarted when they were talking about the recent cancellation of a Power spinoff. I don't even know the name. There's just so many of them. But anyway, it was canceled, and it was revealed that the show probably wasn't as profitable or that it was costing too much. So they decided to cancel that Power spinoff and start a new Power spinoff focusing on other members of the universe. Now, this is interesting as it looks like a pretty clear shot at Rory and Mal. Granted, it was just jokes, but we do know that there was a lot of business behind this whole fallout. And could it have been that the joke Joe was saying was very much rooted in reality, and that Rory and Mal did become too expensive for Joe to keep on the show, so he started to look for ways to develop a more affordable model, and that way would be salary over profit sharing? Everybody on the show is on salary now. They're getting paid per episode, I think, if you listen to something I say to Imani in my interview. It looks like, they get paid if they're there. They don't get paid if they're not there. So now, this joke becomes a little bit more interesting. And I want y'all to let me know what you think in the comments. Is this an escalation, or is this just playful banter? How will Rory and Mal take it? Do they feel insulted that Joe Budden in this framing and this joke essentially painted them out to be people who were probably too overpriced for him to continue on with as co-host? Oh God, I know it's a joke, but if you look at the original breakup, the jokes were exactly what was going on. So we need to analyze this. And I also have one more thing I wanted to cover. Everybody knows Meek Mill and academics are engaged in some type of online war. Well, things got interesting when academics, I guess, performatively said that he would have given Meek Mill $1 million if he does a podcast. And that's not really what I'm interested about. What I'm interested in is what Vlad had to say about this, where he says that Spotify gave money up front to all the people it did business dealings with. Meghan Markle, I guess Amy Schumer. He says this in a tweet, and what got my mind thinking was this the same case with Joe Budden? When he did the deal with Spotify, did he get the rumored, I think he said $1.8 million up front? That changes this whole thing. If Spotify gave Joe Budden $1.8 million, see what I'm getting at here? Not saying Joe didn't have expenses, but Joe Budden getting straight up $1.8 million from Spotify changes the whole game. Now that 15% looks a little different. Now that 15% that Rory and Mal were owed each separately kind of changes the game. It kind of changes things a bit. What's 15% times 1.8 million? Let's do the math real quick. That's $135,000 per year. Is that how much Rory and Mal were getting paid? Let's talk about it, y'all. I think we're breaking the case wide open. We're breaking the case wide open. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I wanted to ask by saying, which is the best Power? Which is the best Power spinoff? I think Power is kind of lame. All of the spin-offs are terrible. But I did catch a couple episodes of Kanan, and I must say that was actually good television. I very much enjoyed it. The only thing I don't like is, the Power, they just have too many X-rated scenes, and it'd be like mad unnecessary. It'd be like the writers be like, yo, we gotta have 3 sex scenes every episode, regardless of how it moves the plot line. And I think that kind of makes the show seem cheap. Like, you could go a whole episode without somebody getting naked, right? Right? Now, I'm not saying don't do it, but I'm saying every episode, then I feel like I'm being insulted. Like, you're trying to appeal to me as a man by having women parade around all with their nudity out. Which is fine, but come on, man. Don't do it every episode. But Kanan, that was good stuff. That Tommy nonsense, I gotta tell you, Tommy is one of the worst characters I've ever seen on television. He is terribly acted. He is trash. I don't ever want to see him appear on my television again. So anytime he comes out with a show, I immediately cut it off. I don't want to hear anything about Tommy. Get that out of here. But let me know what you think in the comments. Which is the best Power? For me, it looks like Kanan. I think the first original Power, the first couple seasons was good. Then it went trash after that. But overall, I feel like Power is alright, but it ain't all that. Alright, y'all, that's my video for today. Let me know what you think about Joe Budden joking on Rory and Mal and saying that he needed to replace them because they got a little too expensive. It also could be a commentary about how he views the current iteration of the cast. He might be replacing them real soon as well. All very interesting, fascinating stuff. Did Spotify give Joe Budden the $1.8 million up front and then he could do with it as he wished, or did they pay that monthly? I think we're getting somewhere with that. And which is the best Power spin-off show? Alright, y'all. That's my video. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram to Stop TV. Follow me on Twitter to Stop TV. This is Danny from the Stop. Peace.